Hi you guys, we are back again with another tutorial. Today I'll be showing you how to get this realistic scalp effect with the lace on this removable quick weave wig. I'll be using the velvet edges and I'll be using the 6" out of the velvet 246, and I'm doing this because I have this extra hair, so I'm putting it to use. I'm going to be using half of a 4x4 lace closure, and I'm doing this because you don't really need a whole piece to go across the back, just a little piece. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut the band out from around the lace closure. This will make it a lot more easier for you so that it'll lay flat, but also please be reminded that if you are going to cut the band off, you have to make sure that you sew it down enough, because you can rip the lace. The band helps secure a lace closure, but if you cut it off, it will make it more easier to tear. But this is how your lace closure should look. Go ahead and place it where you want to begin sewing. In order to keep this closure in place, you're going to use a T-pin and put it in the middle of the closure. This is going to help keep it stable because you're going to be sewing, so you will be applying tension and pulling. So to keep it in place, you will need to do this, and you can use 1 or 2 pins. It's completely up to you. I'm just going to only use the one for this one. So now I'm going to begin sewing it down. I'm going to be starting at the back like I normally do. I feel like when you start at the back, it always keeps everything where it needs to be and keeps it in line. So all you're going to do is sew all the way around and keep your stitches close together, because like I said, once you cut that band off, you'll see how fragile it is, and sometimes when you're sewing, the thread will rip the lace and then you just have to go further in. But that's something that I will cover. I'm going to be releasing a lace ebook called Lace Mastery, and I will be doing a course on this. So for anyone who's introductory, want to learn how to do lace, everything lace, if you know, all the way down to the basics, how to bleach, how to pluck, everything, types of lace, size laces, closures, frontals, I will be offering that in the near future. I am finishing everything up, but I will be hosting a class every 2 months for anyone who would like to continuously learn about how to perfect your craft. If you're looking to try to increase your income, you can enroll in this class just to kind of learn, and also you can book a one-on-one as well if you want private lessons. But be on the lookout for the schedule. It's going to be very beneficial to you. It's going to help each and every one of you. If you like to read, or if you want a reference for something, then you can get the ebook, or if you're visual, you can get the visual course for Lace Mastery. Now you're going to go behind yourself and check the lace to make sure that it's laying flat and laying wherever you want it to be. And you want to do this because you don't want to go all the way finishing this and you made a mistake with the lace. So just check behind yourself in the beginning. Before I begin tracking everything, I'm going to go ahead and put the lace closure into a braid. This is going to help keep it out of the way. Now I'm going to begin laying down my tracks, and I'm going to start off with the 2". So with the velvet edges, you're only going to get the 2" and the 3". And also I'm using this because you want your tracks to be thin, because it will give you a natural illusion. Sometimes when you get the 27-piece hair is too thick, you don't want it to look wiggy. So if you use the velvet edges, is going to be thin and the tracks are shorter. Whenever you're laying down your tracks, all you're going to do is go from side to side until you get to the top where you're going to lay down your longer length. Please make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if you are new here, make sure that you hit that notification bell so that you get all of my notifications first. Also, I would love to hear from you guys, so feel free to leave your feedback in the comment section. I would love to see what you want me to do on the channel, what you want type of tutorials you guys like. I'm very open, so please feel free to leave your comments. Whenever you go in to lay your tracks down around your closure, you want to make sure that the tracks are laying as flat as possible, because whenever you put that foam wrap lotion on there, if there's any humps, you are going to see it. So make sure that you use single tracks. You won't be doubling anything whenever you get closer to the closure. I'm going to be using my single blade hair trimmer razor comb to shave this down, and a lot of y'all been asking me about this, and you can use the double blade, but I like to use the single one because I have more control. Whenever you comb everything out, it helps you to be able to cut everything evenly, and you want to use a light hand. And again, y'all know I like to take my guard off of the razor to get a closer cut. To thin it out some more, I'm going to use my thinning shears. I could have done this with my razor, but I didn't, because when you use a razor, you're cutting the hair off more, but when you use the thinning shears, it thins it out without taking off the length. When I get across the front, I will begin doubling my tracks, and I am using my longest length for this because I want it to be very full and you don't want any gaps. So I am doubling the tracks, and you will do this from side to side all the way up until you get to your closure. You will do the same concept. When you get across the closure or closer to the closure, you will single track. Now I'm going to turn my mannequin around at a different angle so that you can see how I'm going to close this up. But as you can see, the pattern is still the same, and I am still double tracking, and you're going to go all the way up to your closure going in a U type pattern. Now that you are done laying down all of your tracks, you're going to go ahead and undo the braid you used for your closure to keep it out of the way, because you are going to now cut it so that you can mold it down. As usual, you're going to comb everything out so that everything is laying down. And this is mainly so that you can see where your tracks are laying, and if you have any tangles, you want to make sure all of that is out, because sometimes whenever you're gluing, you can get glue on the ends of the hair. So you want to make sure that you comb everything out. So I'm going to go in with my razor and even the top with the sides, because the hair is longer. So you want to even everything up so that you don't really see that line of demarcation. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my parting in my lace closure, and you can do the parting however you want to, but this is how I'm going to do it. Going to go straight across. I've tried this method before. I've done it in a circular pattern, I did it in a square pattern, but I think I like it more when I do it long ways. I feel like it gives it a more natural look if you don't really like using the regular closures or the one that comes in the pack in the circle with the tracks on it. This is an alternative, and if you're a stylist, this is something that you can add on for your clients to choose from to give them a more natural look and to kind of upcharge whenever you are doing your quick weaves. This would be considered as a lace closure service. This is something you can offer to them just to give it a more natural look. I am using the Nairobi foam wrap lotion to mold this down only because I am out of the Aunt Jackie's. Y'all already know I love and stand by Aunt Jackie's Frizz Patrol, but you can use whatever foam wrap lotion you like. But today I'm just going to be using the Nairobi only because I'm out. So you're going to use your razor to cut the lace closure down so that it can be even with the rest of the hair.
Make sure that whenever you mold it down, mold the hair over the tracks all the way around. So even though I part it across, it's not like I'm going to mold to the front, mold to the back. You want to mold side to side so that you cover all of the tracks.
I'm also going to mold the sides just to give it a little wave type look. I want it to look kind of natural. I don't really want like a hard line or, you know, an edge up with the clippers or trimmers. I kind of want it to have a natural flow. I did put my mannequin underneath the dryer for an hour, and I'm going to be using my Stella Pro mini irons to kind of straighten out the ends of the hair. I won't be doing too much curling with this one. I wanted to have it kind of flat with the natural flow as if it was your natural hair, just kind of laid and molded down. So you're going to bend it just a little. You won't put a hard bend in it, but you will go in and kind of soften it up so that it has a feathery look. Now I'm going to go in and comb loose the hair around the closure, and this is going to help you see whether or not if the tracks are covered completely, and they should be, because you usually, when you mold it down, it looks as if the hair is thin, but when it's all dry, it pretty much, you can see the density and how much it covers. Now you're going to do any stray hairs that may be flying, or if you need to even anything up, use your razor to do it. And again, do it very, very light-handed, because here you're only just going to be cutting the longer pieces from your closure. So do it light-handed so that you don't have to worry about any gashes in the hair or cutting anything too deep. So right now I'm going to go in and bump the hair. The tower hair do come pre-curled, but I'm going to go in with my 1.5 inch curling iron and bump this hair some more just to kind of define the curl. On this side, I'm going to use my Stella Pro irons to kind of give it a little bump. And this is optional, you don't have to because it's kind of laying down, but I want to make it more defined, and you don't want to bump it too hard because you don't want to give it that boxy look. Now I'm going to go in and remove my unit from my canvas block. Normally I would use a plastic cap to do this and to protect my canvas, but now I started wrapping my canvas block in clear tape. You see how easy the unit comes off. You don't have to worry about picking off any plastic cap paper. This is way more easier to remove and also to protect your canvas block, and you only have to do this one time. So once you put the tape on it, you don't have to worry about doing it again, and it won't rip off. Inside of the cap, you will have to cut the dome cap from around the lace, underneath the lace. So kind of flip it inside out so that you can see, and also be very, very careful because you can cut your lace trying to cut the dome cap. So cut a little piece at a time so that you don't have to worry about cutting any threads or cutting a hole in your lace. Now that I have the unit on, you can pretty much see how everything is laying. It's pretty much simple, nice and elegant. You can wear it to either side. It's versatile, and this is how the back looks. I like this look because it gives it a more natural look in the back instead of the normal lace closure that we use with the tracks on it. I did go off camera to give myself a taper, but you can leave the back feathered if you like, more of a natural flow, but this is how it looks. So I wanted to go in and do some thin bangs going straight across. I'm using my thinnest shears because I don't want the ends to be too blunt, and I still want it to lay natural, and I want it to be kind of thin. I don't want it to be too thick. I don't want it to look like a bowl cut, but also just kind of thin and flowy. I'm going to get my trimmers and kind of trim up some of the straggly hairs that I saw, and this is what I did the first time when I went off camera, but I'm showing you just a little bit here how I did that with my trimmers. And I always use my Stella Pro irons to make the back still go in a nice feathered look at the bottom. So anytime if you have a unit and the back starts to kind of flip up, just use your irons just to kind of straighten it out and give it a little bump. This is pretty much the finished look. I love it. It's nice and edgy. One wig, two different styles. You have multiple options how you can do this. You can add more curls if you want to. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe.